everybody, welcome to the Grit and Grace family. This is our family sign edition. So I finished the sign, I'm gonna hang it up. So come along, see how I transform this regular sign to a custom family sign for the Grit and Grace family. Hey everybody, welcome to the Grit and Grace DIY sign edition. This is a pretty easy DIY that anybody can do. You just use an old sign you have in your home. You can go to like a thrift store or buy one on clearance that maybe you don't like but you like the framing. And we're gonna take this Say Grace sign and I'm just gonna paint over it, keep the frame on there, and then I'm gonna make a Grit and Grace family logo sign. So let's have some fun. Okay, so I have the sign here. I'm gonna just paint. You can take tape and go along this line if you don't want to get on here. I'm just gonna take a little paintbrush and just go as close as I can. It's gonna take a couple coats to get over this. And then here's kind of my inspiration. I'm gonna put the Grit and Grace on the top here. And then I'm gonna put family centered on the bottom. I'll sketch that in pencil and then I'll go over that with black paint. You eating a snack?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now I'm gonna mix this up.
What is this, my paintbrush?
No, your paintbrush is over here. Okay, watch out, baby. As you can tell, I'm just kind of going over it lightly. I'll need a couple coats.
Am I losing that paint?
And I'm gonna go in between here since it's brown. I don't really like that. I'm just gonna go and cover that up. Okay, that's wet right there.
What's
Thank you.
what?
The paint I'm painting.
What?
Yeah. If you put this on it, look. You're rubbing the paint.
I'm just missing it. What numbers on it?
Yeah, why don't you measure over here so you don't get on the wet paint. Don't touch, it's wet. Okay, so I finished painting this all white. And what I did is I just had this left over from like a package. So I just kind of eyeballed it a little bit. And I just did the Grit and Grace. I'll move this over a little bit so you can tell that the G is over more. So the Grit and Grace, and then I move this to kind of center it for family based on this sketch right here. So that is hopefully what it's gonna look like. So I'm just kind of freehanding it. And then I will paint over it with just black acrylic craft paint. And then I'm just using a basic pencil. Just like a faux calligraphy. So like you go down on your, make that thicker, up is thinner, and then you go down thicker. So then I would make, and I do this when I paint, but I would make this thicker here, you go up thin. So I would make it thicker, go up, and then I'll make that thicker So sometimes I know like, okay, this end's gonna be thicker. I'll play around with that. Okay, so I have Grit and Gray's Family. I'm gonna kind of clean that up. I'm still not 100% happy, but then I'll just go over it with a paintbrush. So here's kind of my, and now what I'm gonna do, I use cardboard just to kind of do a rough draft with spacing, and I just have acrylic paint, which you can get at Michael's. I think this one's from Michael's, but any craft store or big chain store. And then I'm using different size paint brushes. I think this was Hobby Lobby. I think this was a Michael's specialized one. This is super thin, tiny. That I'm gonna kind of outline the letters with, and then I will do like a thicker one just to kind of get like the beauty of the different curves. So make sure all of your eraser marks are gone, so it doesn't land in your paint, and then you rub it and then it smudges black. And then I can go back and erase any pencil lines or paint over white if they're being difficult, so. You go thicker down, thinner up, thicker down, thinner up. I'll do a little bit more there, but. Well, I'm painting. This guy's painting. They're beautiful. Grit and Grace dad approves. We are good. beautiful.